Hello dear chess friends, and welcome to an online chess class where today I'm going to teach you one of the best openings for the black pieces against white's reply 1e4. In today's video we're going to be focusing on the French defense, the so-called advance variation, which happens after white grabs the center with a pawn move to d4, black plays the move d5, and white pushes to grab space with the pawn move to e5. In this structure, white does have an advantage because white is controlling two squares where in general we wanted perhaps to put our pieces, and that's why this is so-called space advantage for white. If you want to play the French defense, it is a must-know variation for black, how to develop the pieces, how to get a good position from this, and this is what we're going to focus in today's video. So as white is grabbing that space, now black strikes back with the pawn move to c5. Here, we're never afraid of any d takes c5s because that is always protected, and we can play bishop takes c5 when the existence of the pawn on e5 is already questionable. It is not protected at the moment. Black has many ways to attack it in the next couple of moves. Notice how white does not want to play f4 and further weakening this diagonal. Any kind of checks by this bishop, which is the opposite color of the white's pawns in the center, is very much favorable for black. We could play bishop to d7, and the exchange of these bishops again highly favor black. We could take this with queen or bishop because the light square bishop of our in this structure is the same color of the most of the pawns in the center, and so it's called the bad bishop. So pretty much the only way to play this for white would be the pawn move to c3. If white plays something like knight to f3, we can always undermine their center with a move, say, c takes d4. Now, however he takes, we can follow that up with knight c6. And then, again, it's very questionable if e5 pawn is at all safe, as it lost protection by the pawn on d4. So, knight c6 could follow. If they take, again, very questionable if e5 pawn is safe, plus black in the near future can be playing pawn to c5. So for example, knight could be developed to g6 or a5 square, bishop could go at e7 or c5 or even b4 in case the knight is there. We castle our bishop already from the square, c8 could go to b7 and a6 depending on what white does, and we can always strike with c5. These positions are just not good for white. Same thing would happen if they would play bishop b5. Again, we can just play bishop to d7, threatening to take the pawn, and so after any kind of captures, black is more than happy to enter this position. So since we know that white must play c3 in order to hope for anything, we get to the starting position perhaps of the normal advanced variation of the French defense. Now, white still maintains this beautiful pawn chain and the so-called space advantage, but it's not one-sided picture in this position because black is going to be the first to develop, and so black is going to be the first to develop the initiative as well. Black now, instead of developing the king side pieces, delays the development of the king side in order to put and apply the pressure on these pawns with the next move, queen to b6. It's not easy for white to defend that, and if white doesn't know the theory of the opening, black probably might get a better position or even win a pawn. So again, we know that bishop b5 is not something that is good for white. If this bishop gets exchanged for any of your pieces like knight on c6 or bishop on c8, black is immediately better because all of these light squares will lack protection. So again, any kind of move, even queen a5, where queen is safe, forcing the bishop to do something, and here already you could imagine once the bishop comes, light squares start suffering. So instead, white just plays knight to f3, very good move that is developing the piece and also maintaining the defense over d4. And now we're going to increase the pressure. As you can see, we're developing the queen side and we're putting the queen on the b6 square. Now, the most common blunder in this position for white would be a move bishop to e3 when we're taking the pawn on b2 and having a winning advantage. So instead of that, white has to come up with a way to defend d4 comfortably, and it turns out that the bishop, which is on f1, has the best square on the board on d3. That's where it's the most active. But suddenly, perhaps, it cannot be placed on d3 because d4 gets exposed. Now, it is true that black cannot win the pawn right away by taking on d4 because of a tactic that is called a discovered attack. The queen of blacks is indirectly hanging. That's the trait of a discovered attack possibilities, and now black is losing the queen. But instead, what after bishop d3, black would place fix the pawn structure, make sure that there is no discovered attack, and after castles comfortably win the pawn. I have had this position many times. A move to remember is bishop d7, which just doesn't allow that bishop to get a check at the end of the variation. Now, if white plays something like bishop e2, again, that's not ideal position for the white's bishop either. We could take, and again increase the pressure on d4 with knight coming to f5. So knight e7, knight f5 is one way of doing that. Knight to h6 and knight to f5 is another. And if white doesn't know what they're doing, with the next move, the pawn on d4 is going to hang too many times. Those of you who are asking about bishop takes h6, black will be playing queen takes b2, followed by pawn takes on h6. And black is a pawn up. White does have a compensation for it, but after knight bd2 and pawn takes h6, I'm picking black because I like being pawn up. So it turns out that already in this position, if white doesn't know what he is doing, white can get into trouble. And that's what I like about this particular variation. A lot of the players, they don't like to study these openings at the level of 1700 and lower, and above that, of course. Even if white knows what they are doing, we're not risking anything here with black, and even if white plays the best moves, I'm not allowing you to get into any kind of trouble with black. So the best move to play here is the pawn move to a3, and here black has a couple of options. That seems to be one of the weirdest moves that you have seen, but the whole point is to play b4, and after takes, they can put the bishop on b2, which would overprotect the d4 pawn. So in today's video, we're going to focus on the second perhaps variation that is the second most popular, knight to h6. But I could mention that after a3, it's already possible to play c4 and lock the center because white has a hard time getting b3. Here perhaps it's just important to mention that after knight bd2, we just must not allow this b3 easily because they're undermining their center, and here already white has a very good position. In the future, they will play c4 and establish the dominance over the center. So instead, we must play knight to a5 and perhaps bishop d7, and even castles is possible, would play perhaps even on the other side of the board. So don't get any ideas of playing c4 without the pawn on a3, because if say bishop e2 and c4, again, we're gonna be attacked with the pawn move to b3. However, I want to give you another line, a3, knight to h6, and a simple idea. We want to take on d4 and then play the move knight to f5. Now, taking first, perhaps it's not so good because in the same line we allow knight to c3 and knight to a4 when our queen no longer attacks d4. So instead, we're just playing knight to h6. And here white achieves his idea, which was to play b4. We have no better move than taking on d4. So we take, and now we try to attack this with knight to f5 when white achieves their idea of playing the bishop to b2. Now this is guarded enough, and white's space advantage seems to be safe, and if black wouldn't be able to develop the initiative or to undermine the white space advantage in any near future, white is very comfortable. But still, as black, we're gonna try to develop some sort of initiative. We're going to play bishop d7 to prepare rook c8. After that, white is ready, since the center is blocked, to play on the flank. with a blocked center, both of the players trying to play on the flank because there won't be any counterattack in the center. So g4 makes complete sense. Black is retreating, and after a move knight c3, which is developing, always be aware of this very beautiful idea, knight to a5, making sense of the pin. That is just not good for white. Queen is very active. Knight is questionable because it's under attack. Pawn is weak. And so in these positions, black just wants to establish the knight onto c4 square. So most of the time, white just plays queen c2, and there is a threat of taking on a5. Black goes knight c4, takes, and now black would also enjoy in the future this beautiful diagonal. So if say white didn't attack the pawn, then after say pawn to h3 we have an amazing position. Black is probably just winning. So they have to attack the pawn on c4. This is the main one of the main line theory. Black plays queen c6, and if he gets b5 again, I think black is a lot or much better. So for example, okay, if again, okay, the rook is hanging, so I need to castle, and I play b5, I pick probably black here all day long. The only question is if a4 and trying to bombard these pawns work for white or not. If they work, perhaps I pick white. Nevertheless, b5 is not the only idea to play. We also have knight d5s and with a comfortable position for black. So usually white does not allow that, and they just attack c4. If we were to play b5, we get nasty knight d6 with knight takes f7 next. So it turns out we have to move the knight away so that this square would be guarded, and now we have a temporary or long-term sack of the pawn for positional compensation. So this is pretty much one of the best positions white can get. Takes b5, knight to e3, and we get to this endgame where I love black's compensation for the pawn. I would even pick to play black here because the compensation is really clear. We have these squares for the knight, bishop is good pieces are playing, rook to c8, bishop to e7 and castle next, or maybe even h5 first. And this is pretty much, if white plays near the top moves in the database, is what the best he can get. However, I expect that 99% of your games and 99% of you guys, you will get position a lot earlier on, and even the move, the pawn move to a3 is not a move that you can come up with during the game. I think that this is a move that must be prepared at home, and as you all know, people don't study openings a lot when they're below 1800 or so. So give it a shot, and if you like this variation of the French defense and you like these opening videos, perhaps I will be making more French videos. Particularly, I would like to also cover other variations, knight c3, knight to d2, and takes on d5. Please let me know in the comments if you would like those videos to appear on my channel. And if you did enjoy the video, please do subscribe to my chess channel. You can also consider hiring me as your personal chess coach online. This is my full-time job at the moment. Stay safe, my friends. Continue loving the game and play chess.